Hey, what's up, team? Welcome in. It's good to see you. So at this point, you guys have got all the good news. Like, we got the DLC trailer. The DLC does exist. It's gonna come. You're gonna get it. It's coming in June. So, but I just want to say that I think that that means that you guys, we're not going to get a patch until June. There's no reason for them to patch the game. It costs money to patch it, and then in addition to that, like, they're just going to have to patch it again in a few months. Like, it's already basically March. And I also want to talk about something else. I want to talk about how basically they played the game with the passive Poise method for what, like, or they had the game that way for a year and 3 months, and then they gave us 1.10. So we're gonna have used 1.10 from July to June. So that's gonna be 11 months that we are gonna have this new, how they change Poise or whatever. And I was thinking about that, and I was thinking that from the man behind the curtain standpoint, like, you're the guy that presses the buttons and you make changes to the game. So the guy that's in that position, or those guys, they're gonna have a year and 3 months worth of data here in like 11 months. So a year and a year, both ways. And so they're gonna be able to make adjustments. I'm not saying they're gonna change everything back. Oh, they don't like 1.10 and they're gonna change everything back to passive Poise. But I did notice something, and I talked about this in a previous video, the how many patches video. I'll link it below, and it just shows how many patches that we got for the games, and they're combining the DLCs and all that. Just go check it out. But anyway, I just want to draw attention to Dark Souls 3 when we got the Ashes of Variandel DLC. That was the DLC that they adjusted the Poise values across the board. Poise is now more effective for heavier weapons and armor. So all I'm saying here is they got a year worth of data this way, a year worth of data this way. The DLC is coming. They're probably not going to give us any patches until June, but when they do, I can see that when we get the DLC, that's going to be the patch where they're going to change something. They're going to change something about Poise. They're going to change something about hyper armor. They're going to have a year worth of data on this 1.10 and all these. Maybe they were just waiting. Like, everybody's been like really upset and thinking, why don't they change everything? Maybe the plan was to say, hey, let's do it this way. Let's change it. Let's take a year. Because a year, that's a pretty reasonable amount of time to be able to gather data for like a scientific experiment or whatever. So now they have a year worth of data. I feel like we could definitely see some changes to Poise and hyper armor. And so June, when they add the DLC, that's going to be the time that they do that. If you go back and you look up above, I'm not going to show it, but they don't mess with it again going into Ring City DLC. But we're just getting the one DLC combined into two is what it seems like. We saw that thing about maybe DLC in 2025, so whatever, we'll see what happens with that. But anyway, guys, I love you. I appreciate you. I just wanted to talk about this stuff. I'll link the other video below, how many patches we're going to get, and there's like some info I show in there. But I love you. See you next time.